three core components. You have the e-tax system, you have the core tax system, and you have the reporting system. The e-tax system, or the electronic tax system, as the name suggests, is essentially at the core responsible for what we refer to as taxpayer services. What that means is, what do I as a taxpayer interact with when it comes to interacting with the tax authority? So the e-tax system is basically responsible for me as a taxpayer to be able to go on board the system and be able to register seamlessly, to be able to file my assessments easily and as straightforward as can be, and to be able to make my payments, as easily as possible. The core tax system is essentially for the internal revenue services or the administrators of the system. Today, we can all agree that government to a large degree is very much behind the curve in terms of applying technology to its processes, and the core tax system seeks to address that. So essentially, it makes it easier for the tax officer to be able to perform their functions. So whether that's everything from filing and conversion, whether that's registration processing, whether that's TIN generation, whether that's risk management, whether that's even taking all of the regular paper data that you typically have and converting it into an electronic format to make it easy to be able to access your information. So the core tax system takes care of that. Now, because you have these two components, you have a robust taxpayer database that is fully digital and easily accessible. And all of this, on top of that, we've built a reporting system that allows government and those agencies to be able to do the more things like analytics, business intelligence, to be able to see patterns in terms of, can go to a tax office and say, I want to be able to pay my taxes, fulfill my civil obligations and all of that. The other option is, I'm a digital native, or the person is a digital native. It comes online and it does all of the accessing using the e-tax system that we earlier mentioned. The third option, which is probably the most popular one around here, is you have a tax officer walk up to you and say, you've not paid your taxes and we're going to lock up. No, that bit we can skip. You have not paid your taxes. Now, regardless of which channel the assessment is generated or your liability is computed, all of that information using soft tax is easily accessible at the various payment channels that we are integrated to today. Today, we are integrated to most of the big payment channels or payment processors in the country. So what that means is, as a taxpayer, once I have an assessment, I'm able to, as easily as I will pay for, say, my electricity or any of those other things, I'm able to actually pay my taxes. Now, regardless of what channel I choose to pay, whether that's going to a bank, whether that's dialing a USSD code, whether that's paying online using my card, once I make that payment, that information also immediately reflects within my own tax dashboard that I'm able to see that I've paid this much and I'm owing this much. Just the same information the tax authority has. All of that information is also able to feed into some third-party system that the state has. Say they have a financial information system, an ERP of some sort, and whatever it is that it were. And so basically that's soft tax as a solution. For us, we believe it's necessary to build the necessary infrastructure to be able to power possible innovations. Imagine a future where, for instance, a tax authority is able to provide you an API where from within your ERP system, you're able to directly plug in and you're able to do direct debit, you're able to file your assessments without having to do any extra work. You're able to, from your current payroll system and all of that. And so it's important that from now, we build all of the rails and the infrastructure that would power that possible innovation in the future. That's all of my time. I would briefly talk about Soft Alliance and Resources. We're a world-class systems integrator, IT solutions provider. We're established in 2004. We help organizations, private and public sector, achieve success through process efficiency, process automation, using information and communication technology. We're one of the largest enterprise application providers in sub-Saharan Africa, and we have demonstrable experience in delivering successful IT projects. We make bold to say that 85% of the successful ERP implementations in this part of the world we have directly been responsible for. That's all of my time. Thank you very much.
Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Ayo Lajubutu, Unit Head, Development Non-Oracle Applications at Soft Alliance and Resources Limited. That was a product launch for Soft Tax. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to once again appeal that anyone who is seated behind that middle camera should please make your way forward. There are lots of seats here for you, and in fact, the black seats are perhaps a little bit more comfortable than the ones that you're on now. And we would also appeal because it makes for a much better conversation when our panelists can look you in the eye and know that you are following and that you perhaps even concur or even disagree with some of their ideas. Flow better, and it makes for a better event overall. Thank you very much for moving forward. Thank you so much. I still want to get you excited about Demo Day that comes up right after this session. $100,000 is up for grabs for one of 5 companies: Flex, Shores, Snap, Toju, and Bankai. $100,000 in funding, courtesy of Action Venture Labs. So yes, there will be startup pitches. But without further ado, we go into session number 8. In a certain sense, it's the final session. But if we count the roundup, the closing summary roundup, and looking forward to 2020 session, which promises to be super exciting as well, then we would say it's the penultimate session. So please look out for that session and don't go anywhere. So ladies and gentlemen, for the open banking and cyber security, the financial sector and the economy session, we have a seasoned fintech and digitalization executive who leads the innovation and transformation desk. Yeah, I think that was an oversight. Our moderator, ladies and gentlemen, is passionate about innovation in fintech and has had 10 years experience in the financial technology industry. Ladies and gentlemen, can you please welcome to the stage the business development manager for InterSwitch. Can you please welcome to the stage Ene Abba. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for this fintech pioneer in certain ways, with InterSwitch being an excellent and indeed a major leader in that space. Some people call them a unicorn, as a matter of fact. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, is the seasoned fintech and digitalization executive that I mentioned, who leads the innovation and transformation desk at Wema Bank. The chief transformation officer, ladies and gentlemen, of Wema Bank is Dr. Konstantinos Sanis. Can we get a round of applause for Dr. Konstantino Sanis? I believe his presence was confirmed. Dr. Konstantino is probably not within earshot. In addition, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome to the stage Adedeji Olowe, who is a trustee at Open Banking Nigeria, which is a non-profit that focuses on the development and adoption of API standards for the Nigerian financial industry. Now, I would need further confirmation of the third speaker. I do believe that I was told that Dr. Konstantino, yes, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's because you weren't clapping loud enough. Can you please put your hands together for Dr. Sanis, the Chief Transformation Officer at Wema Bank. Thank you very much, and over to you, Ene.
The mic is not working.
Hello, okay, we are on. Thank you very much, everyone, and good afternoon. Thank you for joining our session. We'll be talking about open banking, and before we start, we'll take an introduction from the panelists. We're meant to have 4 panelists today, but today, currently, we just 2 of